In this video, I'm going to go over the lineup that I think the U.S. men's national team should put out for Copa America in the summer. Let me know what you agree with, disagree with, what you would change below in the comments. Right, so this is the lineup that I have gone for. I've gone for a 4-2-3-1, very similar to what I did with my video on the England squad the other day. I believe I went with a very similar formation. And the reason I picked this lineup is we know that the goalkeeper, Matt Turner, even though he struggled at the club level this season, hasn't really worked out the way he would hope to with his move to Nottingham Forest. He's still unquestionably the U.S. men's national team #1. There's nobody else really who's challenging for that spot. And so Matt Turner should have his post between the sticks secure. And Chris Richards and Tim Ream have been great in the defense. Not really much to say. They have their spots locked down. And of course, Jedi Robinson on the left. Him and Tim Ream, play together at Fulham, so they have that connection. And really like Jedi. He's just an energizer bunny on that wing, and he can always get forward, which I will go over in a sec. And then I put Joe Scally at right back because with the loss of Sergino Dest, that's a big loss for the squad. And so Joe Scally should be the most likely one to step up into that role vacated by Dest. Now, the midfield, I think, is the most interesting part. Where is Berhalter going to use Gio Reyna? We've seen him use him all over the place, and just I think that no matter how you get Giovanni Reyna on the pitch, similar to Matt Turner, he hasn't found his form at the club level, but we've seen what he can do on the international stage. You need to get Giovanni Reyna on the pitch however you can, and I think having him in this central number 10 role is the best way to utilize him. I went for, on the wings, Haji Wright and Christian Pulisic. The Pulisic one shouldn't surprise anyone. If you've watched the U.S. men's national team, he's the heart and soul of the squad. But Haji Wright and Josh Sargent might be a little questionable. The reason I went for Haji Wright and Josh Sargent is because, again, similar to my video I did on the England squad, I think having them gets the most amount of your best players on the pitch at one time. And I really like Haji Wright's versatility, watching him in the CONCACAF Nations League earlier this year. Haji Wright and Christian Pulisic and whoever was playing striker, whether it was Flo Balogun or Ricardo Pepi, they were able to shuffle around a lot up top and still be comfortable. I like that versatility and how they all mesh together and how they can just that's what I really like about them. And so I went for Josh Sargent up top because he scored a ton of goals for Norwich City this year, and I think that he deserves a chance to see what he can do. We know that Greg Berhalter likes to play Ricardo Pepi and or Florian Balogun up top, but Balogun has been struggling at the club level, and Ricardo Pepi is an interesting option who's had a lot of experience at the international level with the U.S. men's national team, but I think Josh Sargent deserves a chance to see what he can do. And I really we obviously know what Pulisic can do, and I really like the link-up play between Anthony Robinson, Tyler Adams, and Christian Pulisic on this side. I think that these three on the right side, or left side, on the left side of attack are going to be deadly in link-up play. We saw what Tyler Adams can do against Mexico in the CONCACAF Nations League final with that 30-yard screamer he scored. And with Haji Wright and Christian Pulisic being able to get up and down the field between these spaces, that creates a lot of pressure on opposing defenses. And it's really nice to see Pulisic having his career resurgence with AC Milan this year. And then Gio Reyna can go and just free roam and do what Gio Reyna does best in this lineup. He can create for Pulisic, right, and Sargent, and he can truly shine, I believe, in this type of role because you know, he's used like as a winger sometimes, or even he was used in a double pivot earlier in the Nations League. And I think that while he did do well at those positions, I think his best position is a free roaming number 10. So he can link up with Pulisic, he can link up with Sargent, he can link up with Haji Wright and create those mismatches that opposing defenses should fear. And of course, if the U.S. is on the attack, Gio Reyna drifts over to support, say he supports Sargent and Wright because Adams has pushed up, Anthony Robinson has pushed up, Scally has pushed up, then McKinney can stay back, and then of course Richards and Ream can help cover with the back while McKinney stands in front of the center backs and kind of circulates passes, almost like a number 6, but not like a true defensive-minded number 6. And then I think that when the U.S. men's national team start to get into this sort of shape, I think they can create a lot of numerical advantages with their, and I think that really plays into their strengths, and especially, like I said, this left-hand side of attack with Robinson, Adams, and Pulisic, that's going to create just so much pressure on the left side of opposing teams' defenses. You have so much to worry about. We've seen Anthony Robinson at Fulham so many times get all the way up the field, cross the ball in, and that's really hard for opposing defenses to deal with. And if you have Reyna at the edge of the box, Wright lurking, Sargent patrolling the middle, and then a cross comes in, it's gonna make it hard for opposing teams' defenses to deal with that. So that's why I think that the U.S. men's national team should go with this lineup. I think that the most intriguing positions to me are to see who steps up and seizes that right back position with Sergino Dest out. And it looks most likely to be Joe Scally, but nobody has their spot locked down there yet. And then I think that this attack could be really deadly with Reyna, Sargent, Wright, and Pulisic. I think that gives them a ton of firepower, and it'll be really interesting to see who does step up and take that starting striker spot, because it very well could be Haji Wright taking that starting spot, and then you see somebody like Timothy Weah on the wing. But I think that Berhalter should give Sargent a chance and play Haji Wright over there on the right wing, where I believe he could also make an impact because his forward line is so interchangeable between Wright, Sargent, and Pulisic. So that's why I think the U.S. men's national team should play this lineup. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.